The following program is rated TVMA. Viewer discretion is advised.
El Presidente! Woo! My God! Let's go! Yeah! United Hard Hats of America! If you a real man, motherfucker, stand up! Grace your cup, grab your nuts, that's your character. Hard hats around here is all we wearing, bro. That's your call, big, call me J-Wall, you can tear it up and I don't give a fuck, bro. We gon' man up, and if they ask who did it, we gon' stand up. Any motherfucker got a problem, put their hands up. Woo! You got something to say? Hit the app today, we gratefully appreciate all the comments and the calls, so please be safe. Greet the show right, y'all. Hey, what can we say now? U.O.
Oh, my bad. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs and chickens, it is your man, U.H.O.A.S Apocalypse. Bam, throwing it up. Y'all see it? We are back tonight with another edition of Monday Night Mayhem via the U.H.O. channel. U.H.O. United Hard Hats of America in the building, y'all. First and foremost, definitely have to thank anybody who's watched any of the episodes up to this point for your support. We greatly appreciate it. Spread the word. Keep the views and comments coming. And we're trying to see just how big we can make this thing blow. But before we start tonight's activities, I got to give it up to the man who controls the boards, Mr. Irk Somebody. Can you say what's up to the good folks real quick? Yo, Irk.
What it do?
There he is. U.O. How does it go, my brother?
I'm doing, man. I can't say I'm doing good. I can't say I'm doing bad. I'm just doing. And I'm all right. So as long as I'm breathing, I got another chance to get it right. So
there you go. I like that attitude, man, for real. Definitely glad to see you back in the building, though.
I'm glad, every other Monday is my favorite night. You know what I'm saying? It's mayhem. Motherfucker, it's mayhem.
It's motherfucking mayhem for all you viewers. If you're dragging on that Monday, shitty start to the week, we get it. We understand. Hopefully this can brighten your day, your evening a little bit, as we illuminate y'all spirit. Now, tonight, I do believe the one and only J-Wall.
Let me say something.
Go ahead, bro.
To all the viewers of this broadcast, this is mayhem. So, if you're not an adult, if you got your child watching this shit, I would like to tell you, you're a horrible fucking person. You're a horrible parent. You're a horrible parent. Feed your fucking child, wash them, and put them in fucking bed. They got some learning to do in the morning. Yeah. So this broadcast, this episode, this damn network, the United Hard Hats of America, the Men's Club, and the United Hard Hats of America podcast, it's only for adults. So if you got your kids watching, you're fucking horrible. Continue on, Mr. Apocalypse.
Thank you for that public service announcement, Mr. Irk Somebody, for all you fucked up, degenerate parents out there that would be stupid enough to let y'all kids watch this shit. It says TVMA for a reason. But anyway, we continue with the Monday Night Mayhem, another addition to the series. Irk, I can't express my excitement enough about this one. Me and you really put our heads together and concocting the idea for this episode of Mayhem. A lot of people don't know and understand that even within the realms of Mayhem, there has to be order. There has to be a certain level of civility, if you will. Okay, someone has to dispatch responsibilities there. All right, and it's not a job for the faint at heart. You know what I'm saying? In the wrestling world or in the real world, a lot of you weak motherfuckers couldn't step up to the plate in that capacity. But see, tonight we will discuss how to manage mayhem. That is right. Love the graphic. Yeah, I love your graphic. You already know. I love how you put it down. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see it? Managing mayhem. Look at that roster right there. Look at that roster right there. I don't want to count how many world titles are part of this this managerial faction right here that we will feature tonight on Mayhem. You got the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. You got Jim Cornette. You got Bobby the Brain Heenan. You got the rubber burn wearing MTV trailblazing Captain Lou Albano and the corporate raider himself, as I call him, Paul E. Dangerously, better known to y'all too as Paul Heyman. So tonight, in discussing managing mayhem, we will discuss these gentlemen, okay, as they have as they traveled and navigated the twisted road of professional wrestling, leading several top stars and legends to eventual and ultimate success. Man, I can't help it, bro. I'm really excited about this one, man. I really am, man. U.H.O.? U.H.O.? That's the call to wow.
What's happening?
El Presidente.
El Presidente's in the building.
Oh, you know I can't miss a mayhem, my guy.
Make yourself. We are so glad that you make your presence known.
Oh,
you know what it is.
I told the wife, I said the show tonight's called Managing Mayhem. She said, I thought y'all was doing a wrestling show. I said, baby, we are. She said, it sounds like my goddamn marriage. I was like, oh, calm down.
Oh. The wife hit her with the hook.
Well,
everybody did comedian.
Oh, J-Wall goes down for the count.
Dang, J-Wall. That's rough. That's rough sledding, bro. Real.
Anybody knows the shit that out of my mouth, I had to have a woman that brings just as much, if not more.
Well, bro, we're glad. We're glad you're here. El Presidente's in the building, y'all, for another Monday Night Mayhem. I'm pretty sure some of y'all are mad that we back. We have been picking up as far as viewership a little bit, but I know we probably got more haters than viewers. So,
and
haters,
if you haven't even billionaire and your name rhymes with rinse, fim flam, fuck you.
Duly noted. All right, so look, we are gonna make this an hour and a half program. We are so glad that J-Wall, aka El Presidente, is in the building. I would like to get it cracking off. First and foremost, who should we start with between this esteemed collection of managers? The select few that have been successful at managing mayhem. Who do y'all think we should start with?
For me personally, as a watching, I wanted every outfit that Jimmy Hart ever wore. So for me, that's my guy. I stole a blazer with airbrush on it in the 90s. I thought that was the dopest shit ever.
There it is. I mean, hey, great place to start. Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. Let's get it. Not just him, man. I really like when it comes to all these mayhem shows. I don't just want to recall on my personal memory. I like to have my facts together, whatever the case may be. So not just for Jimmy Hart, the whole list tonight, man. We did extensive homework, good people. Okay, because while we want this to be fun and entertaining, we're not trying to look like idiots either. All right. And so just a few career highlights when it comes to Jimmy Hart. I actually took the time to scribble down a few notes, to try to look somewhat presentable. All right. Early days here regionally, Memphis wrestling promotions. First getting noticed by guys like by Jerry Lawler and the Jarrett family. That's kind of how he got his foot in the door, if you will. bouncing around through there and a couple other regional promotions. Y'all already know, making his big splash in the WWF. And his first parlay success, if you will, would be via the tag team of the Hart Foundation. Jim Dean, Bret the Hitman Hart. Y'all already know the resume. Me personally, man, I have been following Jimmy Hart, like I said, with him already being a fixture here in the Mid-South region, in the wrestling promotion in this area, between Louisville and Memphis. So that national jump to the WWF, I was really excited. That big, loud personality, guys probably got some kind of Napoleon complex going on. Y'all see how little he is, but the megaphone, like J Wall pointed out, the blaze, J Wall, explain the blazer, bro. Like, explain the importance of the blazer in regards to the Jimmy Hart ensemble and how it inspired you as a young man.
So let's just go back to when I was a young man, very, very late 80s. I was fortunate enough to be born at the tail end of the 80s. So I got to live that life a bit. But, dude, just if you think about the early 90s, late 80s, and just swag, especially, if you're a hip-hop head, if you're in the hip-hop scene, custom airbrush joints was the shit for everybody. If you watched Yo MTV Raps all the way to WWF, man.
True that.
That was the era of the airbrush. And not only did my guy Jimmy Hart have the coldest airbrush in the game, he was having full suits, 3-piece, 2-piece, whatever you want to call them, suits. Right. Airbrush with his face on it. He's real braggadocious, real bright colors, all crazy. Eventually he would even have some with like some of the wrestlers. He would manage it and their names and shit on them. But to me as a kid, I'm sorry, man, that was the flyest shit I've ever seen.
Jimmy,
I thought the dude had swag like on 1,000 back then.
Big Earth, thoughts and memories on the mouth of the South himself, Jimmy Hart, and his managerial prowess during the 80s, 90s heyday of Mayhem.
I would say, can you hear me, guys?
Yes, you good, bro.
Okay, that's good. Well, I would say, man, what sticks out to me the most is him taking the Honky Tonk Man as a employee under his management, and I really hated that. I think Jimmy Hart was very he was very tricky outside of the ring. He made for matches. You had to watch it outside the ring because he would always find a way to intervene. He would always try to distract his wrestler's opponent, and he was an asshole to be. So that's how I see it.
Right.
But all in all, he was very entertaining. I loved him managing the Hart Foundation. But as far as the Honky Tonk Man, I was very pissed off about that.
Understandably so. I will remind you that like I said with his go ahead, J Wall, I'm sorry.
Did he also manage, I'm just trying to remember through the childhood, either Macho Man or Hulk Hogan, one of the two, or am I wrong?
Actually, at one time he managed both.
I remember.
And
hold on, slow down, AP. I need you to explain that to me because
do you guys as far as the WWF, do you guys remember Hogan and Savage and the Mega Power storyline?
Yeah, I do remember that. But I thought that the mega powers, as far as Macho Man and Hogan, they were going against the Hart Foundation at that time too, right?
Okay, listen, at that time. Now that's how that storyline initially developed. Okay, You know, we've discussed several times on the show how art imitates life. Okay, it's a lot of backstabbing in the industry, and everybody knows that on screen and behind the scene. Long story short, once the Hart Foundation as a tag team dropped Jimmy Hart, they went on to become fan favorites. See, like I said, if you remember the Hart Foundation originally, they were a heel tag team. Okay. And basically after going through the Mega Power storyline, okay, and after eventually losing the World Tag Team Championship, they dropped Jimmy Hart, okay, and went on to become, you know, a great face tag team until Anvil suffered his injury, and then y'all know Bret Hart's solo career, how it took off, okay. But at one time, he did eventually mention Hogan, particularly Hogan through a lot of his WCW days, and Macho Man Savage. So that is actually accurate.
Yeah, because I do remember as a kid him coming out in that red and yellow hard, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I know, but I remember back in that time it was Macho Man was wearing the red and yellow as well as Hulk Hogan. I couldn't remember if it was both one or one or the other, but
right,
it was both, and that's crazy.
Yeah, and when you want to talk about his resume, starting like I said, Memphis, down in the Memphis region, he managed guys like King Kong Bundy, of course Jim DeAnvil solo. Y'all know about the Hart Foundation. Big Irk brought up the Honky Tonk Man, which is ironic because Jimmy Hart's managerial skills is what led the Honky Tonk Man to his first Intercontinental title reign. And if you guys remember, that is one of the longest Intercontinental title reigns under the WWF/WWE brand in its history.
Man, let me tell you something about that too, because I was a kid, I was a youngin', and I was into that shit at the time. And I will say to you that I wanted the Honky Tonk Man to lose that belt so motherfucking bad. It drove me crazy. Anytime he had a title match, I watched it just to see him lose. And somehow, he always either tricked his way to the win. Jimmy Hart got involved somehow. It pissed me off. Like you saying, his intercontinental championship run, was horrible. Fucking hated it as a kid.
Yeah, it's a hated run by a lot of fans. Yet when you talk about it on the books and that accomplishment in itself, and knowing Jimmy Hart was a major force, Honky Tonk Man. I mean, he had been prepped and groomed. Yeah, at best, I felt he was still kind of like just a glorified mid card guy. Before he had a gimmick and he was visual, but yeah, before Jimmy Hart, you see what I'm saying? I don't think he had made that leap yet. And to me,
let me segue real quick. Let me ask you something.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Was the Honky Tonk Man ever did he ever go by any other character before that you know of?
Not that I know of yet. Y'all know how I love doing my homework. That is something that I could definitely look into. Bring that tidbit back into another edition of Mayhem at some point. Because wrestlers, man, there's a lot of these guys, their backstories, real names, stage names. I mean, it's so much digging and history behind it, man. It's endless flow of information. And one way or another, we will be able to access that. And you already know what it is. But like I said, Jimmy Hart, like a lot of the great managers, really good at when you talk about distracting the referee, involving themselves in the matches, doing the dirty work when the ref's not looking conveniently, you know what I'm saying? And him and that megaphone, bro, that definitely is overcompensation for what I've always felt is his Napoleon complex, you know what I'm saying? When you talk about, kind of diving back a few distance with the psychology of Mayhem. See, I'll be profiling, but anyway, Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, definitely one of the all-time greats, Hall of Famer for sure, and definitely was entertaining. Whether you loved him or hate him, you definitely noticed him. There was no getting around Jimmy Hart. And I always felt that he did a decent job also, man, at being really photogenic, really being able to play the camera, you know what I'm saying, really being able to own that camera, man, and just being bigger than life, man. So much respect and honors to the mouth of the South himself, Jimmy Hart. All right, fellas, what's good? Who we rolling with next? We got to keep this Mayhem train on the track. Who's up next?
Well, I'd like to say real quick, man, to your point before we move on. You are absolutely right about Jimmy Hart and controlling the camera, because I do remember as a youngin', man, you know, him catching my attention every time, he did interviews. He was, talking about other rappers in a type of straightforward fashion. So,
right,
he definitely was a performer. You know what I mean? He definitely played to the crowd, especially when he was, ringside. You know what I'm saying? So, I give him props for that.
Exactly, man. I think some of that had to do because in doing my digging, come to find out that he actually has a legitimate background in music. Okay, so when you talk about his performance, all right, that's probably got a lot to do with it when you talk about transferring that.
I remember that. I remember that. 76.
Right.
You remember that feud? You remember the feud between Hawk and Savage when
yes.
Elizabeth got hurt?
Yes. Oh, that was like, come on, that was like one of the biggest old school storylines like ever.
Oh yeah, that shit was major. As a kid, when you seen that shit, that was a kid's soap opera right there.
It was. That was our days of our lives for real. We just watched it on the weekends. Straight up. But yeah, man, much respect to Jimmy Hart, trailblazer, pioneer, one of the giants. Ironically, with his lack of height, but one of the giants as far as in managing Mayhem. Back, y'all. Okay, we definitely want to keep the train rolling. Mr. Somebody, who is next up for discussion on tonight's Managing Mayhem?
Man, you know what? I loaded up videos to match every person that we speak upon.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, so AP, this is your show.
Right.
This is your show, and I'm basically gonna ask you, man, should we try it? Or should we just continue on with how we've been doing it? We've been doing good with the images. I think you lead really good. I think you lead really good with your explanation and how you explain and the history and your breadth of knowledge about it. I think you lecture very, very well. So I think we can go without it. I wish we could. But,
right. The powers that be.
Hold on. If your name sounds like Pence, Ip Man, fuck you.
Yeah. Another public service announcement courtesy of U.O.
I say we don't give Rinse Shim Sham any fucking ammo.
I love that. Rinse. Hey, what about Rinse? Let's use Rinse. Yeah.
Rinse, Flam Flam.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
That's a good one. Hey, yeah, okay. So I agree with you, President. I agree with you. Let's not give this motherfucker any money. They're obviously paying attention because the last 2 shows been knocked down completely. They did
Psychology of Mayhem, and then the tag team edition 2 weeks back. Yeah,
I mean, come on, man. The numbers were doing so well.
Combination. Look at this. What awesome power on that. Wow. Gut wrenched him right up there. Now he's got the arms double underhook. Butterfly suplex.
able to watch that one, man. I hate not being able to watch that one.
The thing is about this engine, StreamYards.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck the duck. But you know, the thing about the StreamYards engine, we can download every broadcast we do after the broadcast.
Okay.
So what I do is every time we broadcast on all 3 podcasts, my podcast, U.H.O.A. podcast, my podcast. What the fuck is that? Somebody got to say this shit podcast, which is your podcast as well. U.H.O.A. podcast and Is World podcast. We download each broadcast afterwards so we can keep them in our files, and we can always upload them and you know, create clips and content from it. And either way it goes, like all of our numbers are growing across the board. So we're not gonna let Rinse Flim Flam getting the ideas about knocking us down again. So
right.
So I think we should just go as we go it. I'll do it like this. Who's next?
Who is next?
I'm gonna go with
Don't get curved. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with one of my favorites.
Okay. Let's get it. Oh, wow.
You know what? When you wore that suit and tie like that, I always felt like if Chuck E. Cheese was a real person, what the fuck he would look like.
That motherfucker look like a car salesman, don't he?
The car salesman from hell. Like
he like the car salesman from hell, and he just got his first commercial.
Right.
Come on down to Billy's Honda World.
Honda World.
Heenan's hell of Hondas. Okay. That's what it would be. Heenan's hell of Hondas. I'm telling you.
Boys, do we have Hondas for you?
Man, I'm telling you, Tony
Billy's
Melito.
Honda World. Good credit, bad credit, no credit. Who cares?
Look, Tony Melito wouldn't have shit on Bobby Heenan, man, as a car salesman. All right, I'm straight up. He would.
I would say Bobby the Brain Heenan is like the managerial version of Ric Flair.
Mm.
The reason why I say that is because the way he talks, the confidence, the brashness, the arrogance, you know what I'm saying? Complete ego. You know, I remember hating him, and then for some strange reason, I really don't remember when, I started liking him. You know, I started liking, you know, and he was always, like you said, he was always the heel. Correct?
Always.
I don't ever remember him. Yeah, I don't ever remember him being a good guy. You know what I'm saying?
This guy was like political incorrectness personified. Straight up. Okay. He was the guy. When you talk about the elephant in the room, people's like the elephant in the room. Bobby Heenan wouldn't talk about the elephant in the room. Bobby Heenan would probably hop on the back of that motherfucker and make it do a wheelie like John Cena and that cow in the boost commercials, okay? Straight up, I'm serious. The homework I did on Bobby the Brain Heenan was massive. Okay. Particularly
it would have to be. It would have to be.
Like it's serious. It's so serious, and Earth. It's ironic and funny that you said how he reminded you of Ric Flair from a managerial standpoint. I dug up. It's on YouTube, you know, or Google, wherever you want the search engine. But I dug up a promo he did where he was announcing.
Hold on. Now.
Okay.
Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this, but I'm going to hum. I'm going to hum while I show you this.
That belongs to the real world champion. Oh, no, not Hulk Hogan. Presently, the man that owns this belt is under contract to another organization. but in the near future, he may be arriving in the World Wrestling Federation. If so, it would be my honor and privilege to be the advisor of this man. Now, you want to compare this belt to Hulk Hogan?
That's right. Now, that's the second one. There's actually an older one.
Now, hopefully I did enough. Hopefully, I did enough humming that the audio algorithm won't pick up the fact that I ripped their video. But
and it's funny.
That's the advertisement you're speaking on, correct?
No, that's actually the second one.
Damn it!
There is an original one. It dates back, I believe, no, seriously, 87, 88.
Hey, P, one day I'm going to fucking beat you. One day I will win. One day I will win.
I'm serious. After the broadcast, just hop on YouTube, just type in Bobby Heenan. You'll see the clip I'm talking about. I've seen that one too, but that's the second one. That's why I thought it was so funny and ironic that you said how he reminded you of Ric Flair. I've always felt that Bobby Heenan, not just with Vince McMahon, but just the kind of air of arrogance the WWE had, for so long. And I always felt he kind of used that as a means to an end. He was not shy about his recognition personally and professionally as far as Ric Flair and the true world heavyweight champion. He always considered guys like Hogan and fan favorites paper champions because a lot of those guys didn't really wrestle a lot outside of that territory, compared to guys like Flair and their stints in Mexico and New Japan, things of that nature. And he was instrumental in both of Flair's WWF stints. They were beyond close. Personally and professionally, one of Heenan's regrets, I think, going to his Hall of Fame induction career-wise, I think at one time he said he wished he had been able to work with Flair more. And eventually he went to WCW, but by that time he had dedicated more of his own era talents, When you talk about managing, oh my God, the possibility of Heenan and Ric Flair and how that could have changed wrestling, But even without that happening, Bobby Heenan changed professional wrestling regardless. I'm going to give y'all a little quick rundown of some of his resume, particularly the heyday, 84 through 93, the first iteration of what he built as the Heenan family. Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, King Kong Bundy, Andre the Giant, the ravishing one himself, Rick Rude, along with one of my personal all-time favorites, Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig.
I knew he managed Rick Rude.
Yes.
I knew it. I could not find a clip. I was like, oh, you know what? I had it in my head. I motherfucker with Rick Rude. And I couldn't find a clip of it. And I was like, I know he used to manage Rick Rude.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. I said,
Jay Wall.
Yeah,
Jay
man.
Wall, what is good? Give the good people your thoughts, feelings on the beautiful brain of Bobby Heenan.
Well, as far as Bobby Heenan goes, the only thing I really, really do stands out in my memory about him when I was watching wrestling was I felt like he managed just a fuck ton of wrestlers over the years. It seemed like every time I would turn around, he'd be with somebody different. I remember that. And then I remember never liking the motherfucker. So that's probably the heel shit. You know what I mean? I just remember every time whatever wrestler he was walking with, I was like, you're kind of a chump for me. This is your man. The fact that you picked this fucking real live Chuck E. Cheese looking motherfucker, I don't know about you now. But I honestly can't get the thought out of my head of what Japanese people thought of Ric fucking Flair. Can you imagine being Japanese and don't know nothing about Ric Flair and here this motherfucker comes with all his shit? Could you imagine? Could you imagine when he left? The Japanese dude goes home and his wife's he starts talking. He's like, "Oh, bitch, I am the jet setter. Oh, I got the gators on, bitch. Motherfucker, I can see some Japanese motherfuckers trying to pull out their best Ric Flair when they go home and just sounding ridiculous. I wish we had a video of Japanese people first introduction to Ric Flair. I feel like that might be the funniest shit you'll ever watch. Can you imagine their eyes when they seen him like, oh, look at this motherfucker.
Exactly.
He coming in with his goddamn feathery jacket on and woo with his hair. I can only imagine what they thought of America right after that.
Yeah, exactly. But man, Bobby Brain, you know, talk about
Oh shit! Are you about to do it, dude?
I already did, bro.
Don't do it.
I got the camera off.
Don't do it. Oh my god.
No, I already did it, bro.
And honestly, man, honestly, I had a decision if I was gonna. I made a decision right before this show to take a shit. I made a decision right before the show that I was going to take a shit. I was like, well, this is mayhem. I might need to do this on air. Going up to Andy one time, but I saved the viewers that.
Would you need to take a shit during the shit show?
Crazy, man. That's motherfucking crazy, dude. Hey, are you gonna make this? Is this a part of your shtick now, man?
No, I mean I drink beer. I'm a beer drinker. I got weed.
I say we roll with it. Fuck it.
But look, for real, get back to it. So,
you know, we call this every time he does that. We're gonna say that's pissing right on rinse shim sham.
Rinse shim sham.
Yeah, we'll never say your real name on here, you fucking bastard.
That's right. So, excuse me if I had to relieve myself.
Yeah. If you're cutting a check, by all means, sir, I will spell your motherfucker how you want me to write it. You like cursing?
That's right. Rinse flim flam.
Yeah. But until you cut the check, you're a rinse flim flam in this motherfucker.
Hey, you're gonna eventually cut the check, rinse.
Cut the check, rinse. But no, Bobby Heenan, man, like when J-Wall, you pointed out, you said every time I looked up, he had a different wrestler. And that was the thing. He kept a stable. We talk about different versions of what he called the Heenan family. And as a manager.
Yeah, I remember that now, actually. The Heenan.
Right.
Yeah, I do remember that shit.
And see, that's another thing. As a manager, I've always felt that he lobbied for the heel. Not just, because he would be the type of person, okay, why are my guys not getting top billing? Why are my guys not getting title matches? Why are my guys not getting top billing at pay-per-views? Why are my guys not at WrestleManias?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Because you're wearing a bedazzled bow tie?
But the point of the matter is, okay, reverting back to a couple of episodes, we talk about the evolution of Mayhem, okay? Bobby Heenan was instrumental in that. And when you're talking about equal value, equal screen time, equal opportunities, and more importantly, equal pay for the heel in professional wrestling, all right? You can't keep this good guy heel storyline if you don't have great heels to sell. And Bobby Heenan provided that. Okay. Of course, going to WCW 94 to 2000.
So what you're saying is Bobby Heenan sold more heels than a motherfucking Payless next to a strip club.
I'm serious.
Can you hear me?
More heels. Heels, baby. Rick Rude, Paul Orndorff, King Kong Bundy. When Andre the Giant made his heel turn, Bobby Heenan was his manager, okay? And let's not forget On Earth. When you talk about beef in the early days of wrestling television broadcasting, Bobby Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon going on at it on air in the early Monday night days. Tell me that shit wasn't fucking TV gold.
Yo, you got me telling my age for real. Gorilla Monsoon, though.
Yes,
man.
The original.
Brother, we used to suplex each other all day.
Right.
Watching that crazy shit, man.
Dude, Bobby Heenan would get under Gorilla Monsoon's skin so bad.
Yeah.
Okay. And it lets you know he was good at what he did. He knew what needed to be sold. He knew how to sell it. He knew how to sell himself. He knew how to sell his brand, his stable, the Heenan family. Okay. He relished those 50,000 fans booing, particularly big events, the early WrestleMania days. We talk about pay-per-view. Oh man, Bobby Heenan going on to WCW. focusing on broadcasting and analyzing. Okay, because by then, he, with health issues, he had slowed down on his managerial duties. A sad note: I found footage of him his last public outing in 2016 at a mid-level wrestling convention, and I didn't even recognize him. He was so frail due to throat cancer, and he passed in 2017. So, but definitely Bobby the Brain Heenan, y'all. When it comes to managing Mayhem, one of the greats.
Would you happen to know the age that he passed?
He passed at 72, I believe.
Damn.
Yes, but 2017 with Bobby the Brain Heenan, no doubt. Okay, so we talking about the Mount Rushmore of managing Mayhem. Highly got to consider his face. His is one of the faces on there, no doubt, man, no doubt. R.P. Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Like I said, AP, you know how I do shit, man. When I put this shit together, man, I want to put a solid presentation together.
Exactly.
So what I did was, like I usually do, I always get a video to match, the image, of the characters and personalities that we're speaking on. But due to the fact that WWE owns the rights to a lot of these personalities, characters, actually owning names, yes, they own the name.
Yes.
I won't take the chance of playing any Bobby the Brain Heenan videos because he's very popular. And that's I guarantee you that's a copyright strike. Even though they ignore our fair use under the 105 Fair Use Act.
Right. Because we want our audience to know that we do our diligence, particularly from a legal standpoint. A lot of homework as far as copyright infringement law, entertainment law, things of that nature. As Big Earth said before, we are legally supposed to be protected by this Fair Use Act, yet the powers that be have determined otherwise. So in the meantime and in between time.
In fact, I make it very clear in the opening TMA.
The following program is rated TVMA. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah. So.
There it is. There it is, man. I mean, but we're not going to let the powers that be slow us down. For right now, Money Mayhem continues. We will persevere. We will roll on. So,
motherfuckers Mayhem.
That's right, y'all. It is Monday Night Mayhem. We are so glad that y'all tuning in. We know you're dragging. We know how y'all feeling about that Monday. It's another Manic Monday. There's my 80s reference. Shout out to the Bengals. Okay.
I wish it was Sunday.
The point of the matter is we hope we can try to brighten y'all Mondays up a little bit with a little mayhem. Every other Monday, twice a month, hosted by yours truly, your man, U.H.O.A.S Apocalypse. We got Big Earth, J Wall. They are definitely in the building, helping me helping me carry the burden a little bit tonight as we discuss managing Mayhem. Now, Big Earth. Like I told the good audience, man, you and I once again did a really awesome job collectively as far as putting this show together and creating the ensemble of characters that we discussed tonight. So, kind sir, without further ado, would you please cue up the next manager of Mayhem that the panel will discuss and that the audience can remember as we take.
Yeah. I swear to God, I've been blessed in like at least 4 or 5 times in my life to be with somebody who knows exactly who the pallbearer is. And we see like some very unfortunate looking woman or a man, and I'll be like, bruh, that's the pallbearer. And instantly I get a laugh because, man, you can't, that face, Lord have mercy. But I tell you, that is that's a glitch in the matrix. Because I've seen women pop out looking like this motherfucker, and it is, I motherfucking love it every time. And every time I see him, I go, ooh.
Man, it doesn't get any weirder and darker as far as managers than Paul Bearer.
The spookiest dude. I really feel like when I was a kid, I thought he was spookier than The Undertaker at times.
Right.
He was a weird motherfucker, bro.
Right. And as much as we love The Undertaker, we know his mic skills were minimal at best. So when you talk about the early days of The Undertaker, Paul Bearer, so instrumental in creating that mythology of The Undertaker. And I mean, the name is perfect, Paul Bearer.
Yeah.
You know, when you're talking about dark forces here and the way he envelops death. Okay. And the carrying of the urn. When we talk about the early Undertaker storyline, he who controlled the urn controlled the Undertaker. All right. Paul Bearer. Man. You know, a lot of managers, yeah, they made their bones and they had, huge rosters in and out. We talk about guys like Bobby Heenan or Jim Cornette or whatever, some other people we discuss. But
real quick.
Yes.
Something about the Paul Bearer.
Yes.
I hated that man. I could not stand the sound of that motherfucker's voice. I could. He drove me fucking crazy, dude.
Was it the Creep Factor, bro?
I'm like, man, shut the fuck up. This motherfucker, dude, drove me insane every time he spoke. But the shock factor was absolutely there. That was the first time in my knowing that WWF and that wrestling, I mean, that they even played with the themes of death so deeply. You know what I'm saying? The urn, you know what I'm saying? Bringing the hearse actually one time. Shit like that, you know what I mean? And me, I just think, he was a creepy motherfucker, but that voice, it takes the fuck out of me.
And like Jay Wall said, man, between the voice and the look, that pale, pasty paint he wore to sell that look, and those beads of sweat, all right, and the way those beads of sweat would run, and the way the studio light would hit, and you see that wet, pale, pasty face, okay, and his jowls jiggling and shit when he's talking, and it was a level of presentation there that I don't think had been seen before. When you're talking about a manager character dynamic, this was historic on so many levels. When you talk about the inception of The Undertaker and his accompaniment by Paul Bearer, okay, like Irk said, man, this is them tiptoeing in some darker themes in regards to WWE storylines and programming and their characters, and was bringing The Undertaker. Paul Bearer just accomplished that, man. He embraced it. He wore it. He was unapologetic about it. Man.
Dude, check this shit out right here.
Right.
He was actually a licensed funeral director in real life, dude.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Now, when I first, yeah.
Could you imagine going to funeral and that motherfucker's
insane.
Could you imagine going to like your granny's funeral and you look over and there's the pallbearer? You're like, what the fuck? You telling me granny going to hell? What the fuck?
Like, hey, Get my grandmama out this funeral home.
Yeah.
Hell, my granny ain't being buried by that man right there. Fuck that.
Yeah, that's a little too close, man. That would hit way too close to home. Especially if you're a wrestling fan.
What if you talk to people at the funeral like you did on the fucking stage?
Oh my God.
That would be hilarious.
No, that'd be creepy. He would get no business, bro. But yeah, he was actually an actual licensed funeral director, which when you talk about selling him and The Undertaker as a character, I mean, that's a match made in heaven and hell. I don't know. Which one?
I would say.
So how did he get his start? Was he ever a manager as another character before that?
My first recollection of him, I remember him when he billed himself as Percy Pringle. Okay. I know.
Percy name actually fits that.
I have got to look that up
perfectly too.
Dude, look it up.
Okay, guys. So this is what'd you say? Percy Pringle?
Percy Pringle.
Don't worry about it. You're going to hear that a lot. That is my new roast for anybody.
Hey, keep talking.
What are you talking about, Joe? Percy Pringle
keep
looking
talking,
at this
I will be right back.
But yeah, it was Percy Pringle. It was an independent promotion. I want to say, I wasn't even Smoky Mountain yet. It was one of the independent circuits for sure. Okay, might have been the regional circuit here, the old USWA, with Law of the Fabulous Ones and all them. But that was my first actual recollection of him in the business. Okay, if I can remember maybe some of the guys he managed then maybe I can remember what promotion it was, because it was mid-late 80s. And then you know what I'm saying, you talking about cable now, more access to more wrestling. But I can't remember. Maybe the old AWA promotion. I'm not quite sure, but that was my first recollection as far as a stage name and him performing in the wrestling industry as a manager under the title Percy Pringle.
I mean, honestly, when I look at the dude, if I didn't know him as Paul Bearer and you was like, this dude here is Percy Pringle, I'd be like, that makes sense. I can see that. That looks like a Percy Pringle if I've ever fucking seen one.
Jay Wall just be like, oh, that explains everything.
I got it. Holy fuck. Y'all want to see Percy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see Percy Pringle.
Do it. Fucking do it, man.
No. Okay, hold up. Screenshot. This is Percy.
Holy shit. That motherfucker looked like Bobby the Brain gay cousin.
Yo. Okay, so that's totally different. That's totally different from this.
Man, the contrast is immeasurable. Like, it's beyond night and day. Okay. I was telling Jay Wall, like I said, that was my first recollection of him before he became Paul Bearer. I can't remember the name of the circuit he managed under, and I can't remember the name of the guys he wrestled, and it really frustrates me. But I just remember the first time I seen him, I'm like, that's Percy Pringle. That's Percy Pringle. But I was like, who's Percy Pringle? And I'm like, he was a guy I know the promotion. I'm like, never mind, because I knew I was going to do too much explaining to my dad. But
hey, yo, AP. Yo, I'm looking at this picture of Percy. And it brings to mind someone that we should have put in this episode. And I totally forgot about him. And it fucking pisses me off. But at the same time, I'm kind of happy that we didn't. Okay. Brother Love.
I knew you was talking Brother Love. That whole televangelist angle.
Yeah. Remember Brother Love?
Yes. Because that's when televangelists. Remember we discussed on the Evolution how wrestling storylines kind of permeated current events. And we talk about the televangelists, Pat Roberts and Jerry Fartwell and all them. So yeah, that was Percy Pringle's get up, and then him and Brother Love ran. Yeah, he ran with it. You know what I'm saying? Sunbaked tan, Motherfucker looking like a baked sun chip, all that. But
there was a televangelist and his last name was Fartwell.
Well, his name is Jerry Falwell, but I'm referencing a line from the movie The People versus Larry Flint.
Yeah. Hey, P, you an ill nigga, man. Stop that shit. Hey, bro, you ill, bro. I caught it as soon as you said it. Hey, you silly, man. You silly, dude.
You had me told because I never heard of the dude. I was like, is that really this motherfucker's last name? I would have loved to have known him. You know what I mean?
Percy Pringle.
Yo, you crazy, dude. You are crazy.
Percy Pringle. But yeah, man. Like we discussed, man. He brought a theatric. He brought a new level of theatric. When you talk about men,
very scary.
Yeah, because it's his character, the whole aura of the Undertaker. We talk about his inception. We talk about his original run in the WWE. You know, the power of the urn. He who controls the urn controls the Undertaker. Things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Paul Bearer brought a new level of theatrics to the industry with his managerial portrayal of Paul Bearer. You know what I'm saying? It's another level of theatrics, man. It's something that hadn't been seen, not just in that company, in the entire wrestling industry up to that point. Okay. This is when managers, I feel, when we talk about him, and even when we talk about Bobby Brain, he went from like these weird little goofy sidekicks to features, okay, to really helping not just sell that wrestler, but selling the brand that they are. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was synonymous when you talk about WWF, The Undertaker, and Paul Bearer. They were synonymous with each other. The years they worked together were awesome, gave us a lot of great moments. You know, it's what I call the first part of The Undertaker's legendary career. Paul Bearer, hopefully, you know, I don't know if he actually has passed, but you know, if he is gone, may he rest in peace. And if he's still alive, more power to him. Much respect to him and all he brought to the game. Definitely managing Mayhem to a whole nother and very dark level. Yeah, Paul Bearer getting it done. Y'all know what it is. We keeping managing Mayhem rolling tonight, y'all. I hope our people are watching. Hope we picking up views. Chime in.
And see, the thing about us, man, it's like our money, our bread and butter right now, G, is on the rebroadcast.
Right.
We're fresh. We're a fresh infant. We're a brand newborn baby.
That's
out
right.
Out of the womb, and we're breathing the YouTube atmosphere. So right now, our bread and butter is on the rebroadcast, and through the analytics that me and Jay will be studying, we looking very good as far as our rebroadcast. So,
that's what's up.
I could say personally, somebody got to say this shit numbers as far as subscribers is constantly growing, and which leads me to know that U.H.O.A. podcast is going to do the same exact thing. The numbers are going to do the same thing. And when we, I'm glad I thought of this. When we start going live with Mayhem on Instagram every Monday as well.
We on the gram? What? We on the gram now?
Mm-hmm.
Moving on up. Social media.
Instagram has a large, huge, within the multi-millions. They have a large fan base of wrestling fans on Instagram. There's a plethora of pages on Instagram that promote vintage wrestling, professional wrestling, all the way to modern day times. So,
that's what's up.
We want in. We want to cut. We want a piece.
That's right. We want our piece of the pie, fuckers.
We want in.
Quick
and
note.
So we're gonna keep it going. Like my
I
man.
got a question about managing Mayhem, actually.
What is your question, El Presidente?
Do the managers themselves pick the wrestlers they work with? Do the wrestlers pick them? How do the managers get hired? Do they get hired?
That is a damn good question.
You know what? I am so glad y'all asked that question. Okay. Once again,
confused kind of how they showed up. You know what I mean? Like,
well, okay, a lot of it literally was through contract via that wrestling promotion. A lot of the times it started as a professional relationship. Y'all see through the years how things blossom from you know what I'm saying, working relationship to friendship. I mean, you look at an example like Jimmy Hart and Hulk Hogan. I mean, I found out Jimmy Hart still resides in Tampa, Florida, where y'all know Hogan also resides a good portion of the time. So, but a lot of times they were just assigned by the promotion themselves to help work and develop that wrestler. Okay. A little known fact or unknown about a lot of managers throughout professional wrestling had actual wrestling experience. A lot of these guys go back to we talking about Nick Bockwinkel and Vern and Greg Gagne and Cowboy Bill Watts, okay, Gorilla Monsoon, guys like that. Okay.
Bobby the Brain Heenan used to wrestle.
Right. He used to wrestle. He actually suffered an injury to his neck, which pretty much led him to not being in ring anymore and focusing on his managerial career. All right. But more times than not, Jay Wall, as far as answer your question, the manager was assigned to that wrestler by the actual promotion themselves. Okay. Now, a lot of these guys also were crafty on the business end. Okay. They had already been associated with wrestling. Like I said, a lot of them were previous wrestlers. They had a lot of firsthand knowledge. Okay. So when you talk about advising things like contracts, I alluded to Bobby the Brain Heenan earlier because I've always felt he was a proponent of not just helping sell the heel, giving the heel equal value to the company, giving the heel face time, and giving the heel that equal pay. Okay. But a lot of these guys initially, they were hired by that promotion and assigned to that wrestler. More times than not, this was a wrestler that was up and coming, developing talent. All right.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
right.
Organization looked at it and they're like, this dude could probably be something. But I think if this guy here would take him under his wing, show him a thing or two, he'll probably be like take him to the next stratosphere or whatnot.
Right, and a lot of that had to do with.
Let me ask you this, AP. Would that same thing be true about this manager?
Oh, the game master. The Taskmaster. Oh my God. Oh my God. You talk about flying under the radar.
I'm going to say it right now. He looks like he can beat the shit out of every other manager.
Dude, Kevin Sullivan. Oh my God. The Taskmaster, man.
He was a fucking beast.
Dude, if there is a WCW version of Paul Bearer in any regard, it would have been fucking Kevin Sullivan. Kevin Sullivan was a devious, maniacal genius.
Think about that. You're right. Without the black suit. Yeah,
right. See, not so much the get up, but once again a reference to the psychology of mayhem.
Yeah.
Kevin Sullivan was a devious, maniacal genius in the ring and behind the scenes. Okay. You guys talk about somebody like Eric Bischoff behind the scenes fucking up a whole lot of shit. Hey, Kevin Sullivan. Woo. The stories. All right. Once again, not wrong to rely on my memory, okay? And I got a lot of fond memories of Kevin Sullivan and stuff like that, but y'all know I'm going to do my homework. Y'all know I'm going to do my homework, man. Check this out. Early days, okay, he had actually worked with Jerry Lawler and Jimmy Hart here in the old Memphis Mid-South region, this promotion in this area. So that's going to be, USWA. So that's going to be guys like the Fabulous Ones, Austin Idol, Handsome Jimmy Valiant, guys like that. Y'all remember the Varsity Club, Rick Steiner and Mike Rotunda?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, the Varsity Club.
The Varsity Club, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That
crazy.
was
That I literally just seen a picture of that on Instagram like today.
right.
And I was like, what the fuck? Look at Rick
Mm-hmm.
Steiner all young and shit.
Yeah, the
A young,
Varsity Club, that was the shit back in the day.
That's crazy.
yes.
Literally just seen that. I never heard about it before. And then I scrolled and I see, I was like, look at this motherfucker here. He was young as shit.
Mm-hmm. That was his first click, managing wise. Okay, NWA/WCW. All right. He was an early face of the promotion that we affectionately came to know as EC fucking W. All right. When he came back to WCW, he formed, of course, the clique, the Dungeon of Doom, under his new demonic moniker, the Taskmaster. Quick rundown, some of that roster real quick. One Man Gang, the Barbarian, Big Van Vader, Ming the Merciless, and the Giant, an early version of the Giant, who later on become the Big Show. But the early days of the Giant, aka Paul White, aka the Big Show's career, he was part of Kevin Sullivan's Dungeon of Doom faction. Where it gets really dark and real. If y'all remember Nancy Sullivan, the female valet, aka known as Woman. Yes, remember that name? That was Kevin Sullivan's at the time real life wife.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
do y'all remember when she left him for Benoit, Chris Benoit?
No, I don't.
That was all real. What happened was they were developing a storyline, okay? And Kevin Sullivan suggested that his wife and Chris Benoit actually make public appearances, appear to be holding hands in public, things of that nature, to help sell the wrestling storyline at the time. And this is where
Can't take
right.
nowhere.
But see, this is where, okay, fiction and reality, those lines get blurred because they were spending so much time together and kicking it for real. Okay, she left Kevin Sullivan and eventually married Chris Benoit. Now, you talk about making business personal. They feuded for over a year about that. All right. So, just another example, man, of just when people say wrestling's fake, you're a fucking idiot.
And was that the same wife that he like offed?
Yeah. When Benoit killed, yeah. But that was Kevin Sullivan's former wife, Nancy Sullivan. Y'all knew her as the valet Woman.
Holy shit.
Yes.
Dude. You gotta know. The Taskmaster was laughing his fucking ass off in the end. In the end, he laughed his ass off.
I was thinking the same shit. I bet as soon as he saw the news coverage, he was like, try to tell that bitch. I tried to tell that.
Oh, go.
I've always been curious. Like, that was one of the first things that actually crossed my mind the morning I seen the news and seen what happened to Benoit. That's literally one of the first things that crossed my mind. I'm like, I wonder what Kevin Sullivan's thinking right now. Because I remember all that, no matter the faction of promotion, a lot of them.
No more alimony.
Well, once you remarry, once your ex remarries, you don't have to pay alimony anymore.
That's right.
So he had been off the hook for alimony for years before Benoit died. Because when Benoit died, that was what, 2007? So
now you know he was probably thinking, I'm glad that motherfucker didn't come over here first. That's probably what he's thinking.
Yeah.
Glad that motherfucker forgot about me.
Right.
Hey, you know what? That thought would have been justified.
Hell yeah.
Well, yeah, Kevin Sullivan, man, the Taskmaster, dude. Like I said, just a diabolical, maniacal genius, man. The guy was so devious and intricate with his plotting, and particularly once Hogan came to WCW. Okay, Kevin Sullivan truly loathed him. Now, granted, no matter what faction or federation, a lot of wrestlers, male, females, a lot of themselves do consider each other family. When you think about having to trust somebody to toss you around the ring or punch you in the face or send you through a table, okay, there's going to be a lot of mutual respect that just turns into legitimate friendship. Yet, not everybody at work gets along, man. Okay, let's just can we agree with that? Okay. And I'm gonna tell you someone who epitomizes, like Kevin Sullivan at work. Okay, he's the guy that when what do they call it back in the day when motherfuckers started going postal, right? He's the guy I would worry I'll be standing there and they fire Kevin Sullivan. I'm like, I should just go ahead and quit network now because he's coming back. For real.
Yeah, I'm leaving with him.
Yeah. Yeah, Kevin Sullivan's that guy at work. Either you just don't bother him or you go out of your way to be cool with. Because when he snaps, you don't want to be on.
I read that he was an all natural bodybuilder, and he continuously lifted weights and exercised and did physical training to his elder years.
Right.
So with that being said, I admire the man. I aspire to do the same exact motherfucking thing. I have a goal. I want to be 200 solid, twisted, 5'9" motherfucking chisel.
Hey,
and the thing is, my metabolism. I gotta eat more. I gotta maintain the weight. I gotta be able to maintain the weight and keep the body and the muscle mass. But I think the way that my life is set up now, I think I'll be able to reach that goal. So, but that guy right there, man, Sullivan, right there, yeah, he look at that. Now you can say that's an old man if you want to. But if that motherfucker's walking past you in the motherfucking street, you ain't about to say shit to him.
You see, just like other people we talked about, like Foley or whatever, there was something about Kevin Sullivan's eyes. They told. I always felt his eyes told a really dark and twisted story. You know what I'm saying? Not a nice bedtime story. Okay, not that.
There you go.
Yeah, there I go, motherfuckers. But for real,
damn it.
That's what I said as soon as you put that dude on the screen. I said, bro, one of them managers. Every one of them managers get their ass whooped by a crazy looking motherfucker.
I think Kevin Sullivan was so that'd be like what, a 5-manager battle royal or 5-way, however you would build it. Yeah, my money's on Kevin Sullivan.
He looked like he would rip the pallbearer's turkey neck right off his face.
just rip his jam right at him.
Yeah, like just run up on him. Fuck you say to me and just rap.
It'd be like a new Mortal Kombat fatality, for real. Straight up, man. So, shout out to Kevin Sullivan, another heroin name throughout the wrestling industry, one of the pioneers of what we feel is fantasy mayhem. As I return from another bathroom break, because I've been drinking too much beer. But that's all right. I'm still with y'all. We appreciate the audience.
Let me tell you, the first bathroom break that was ever broadcasted on the U.H.O.A. podcast was fucking classic. It was goddamn gold. Guess what? It takes a while. It takes a while for fucking videos to filter through the goddamn YouTube algorithms. Once that clip gets loaded up and fucking put in the goddamn algorithm, it's gonna, that shit is fucking hilarious.
I'm so mad that I can't watch that show again.
Once me and J-Wall realized what you were doing, we were fucked around.
Oh, bro, I was hurt. I was like, this is gold right here.
Gold, platinum, baby.
Yeah. I can't believe this shit. And then I loved it because you didn't break conversation at all. And then Irk's ass, he jumps right into your wrestling conversation. I was like, hold up. Hell no. We got to talk about that shit right now.
I had to ignore it. I was like, "Yo, what are we doing here?"
see, on Earth, I think they call that in the industry a seamless transition.
It was too. If I didn't say nothing, everybody on the watch would have just been like, "Well, I'd have kept it moving." I had to play like I didn't see. I was like, "Yo, I know this motherfucker ain't pissing while we laugh." Like you do know, like thousands of people are going to see this later. Like, this is a fresh baby subscription base.
And like my bladder was supposed to give a fuck.
Which means once you cross the 100, 200, 300, 500 subscriber threshold, you start getting fed into the algorithm. See, I studied this shit. I studied this shit. And let me tell you, when that video goes viral, we are going to be all in it, and that is going to be fucking hilarious.
Well, I'm glad that me being live on air may help contribute to our retirement plans.
Absolutely.
Because I've been paying attention, and J-Wall will tell you, I've been paying attention to a lot of YouTube podcast shows.
Right.
None have I seen do that shit yet.
I'm happy to be a trailblazer as far as social media.
You are absolutely that, good sir.
And once again, I have to reiterate, it feels good to be part of U.H.O.!
U.H.O.!
Gentlemen, do we have time to discuss one more illustrious figure in our Hall of Fame when it comes to those who expanded and excelled at managing Mayhem? Do we have time for one more?
I say we have time for two.
Let's get it.
I'm up. So
let's get it.
Let's get it. Doing it.
Oh.
Now, I absolutely have no clue who the fuck that.
That, my friend J-Wall, is the one and only.
Mario. That is Mr. Mario Brothers
himself. That is Captain Lou Albano, baby. Really?
I don't know. It don't.
This guy had a rubber band stapled to his face, for fuck's sake. That was part of his thing.
What?
Really?
Fuck? Rubber band stapled to his face?
J-Wall, you got homework to do. Look,
I do. I don't remember that at all.
Matter of fact, I'm putting you in the dunce corner right now. It's where the grown folks, me and J-Wall. You're in the dunce corner, J-Wall, right now. This is where the grown folks, me and Mr. Irk, somebody, get to discuss Captain Lou Albano. Now, you can sit over in the dunce corner and take some notes, all right?
Hold on, AP. Hold on. We're going to get on El Presidente's ass real quick. Sir, good sir.
Yes, sir.
That is motherfucking Captain Lou Albano. That is Mr. Mario Brothers, man. Like when Mario Brothers had a fucking show, a fucking cartoon, a TV show. He was the face. He was Mario himself.
What?
So you being a plumber, and not knowing this, Mr. El Presidente, U.H.O.A. President, it's kind of shocking.
I mean, I wish I had a rebuttal other than no. This dude just looks like Roseanne.
Hey, the view of El Presidente, U.H.O.A. J-Wall, is not the view of Mr. Somebody. Gotta say this. Especially
Does that motherfucker not look like Roseanne when this bitch done had enough motherfucking hormones to grow a mustache and a beard?
He said Captain Lou looks like Roseanne. We talking like original 90s Roseanne, right?
Yeah, like with the back.
Boy, you about to have 1,000 motherfucking Hawaiians with rubber bands stapled to their face coming after your ass, boy.
Well, thankful for me, there ain't a lot of Hawaiians in motherfucking Kentucky.
It's funny that you say Hawaiians because Captain Lou is actually of Italian American descent.
I thought he was
nope.
he ain't a part of the
I do my homework, man.
Yeah, sucker. So actually, but there are a lot of
sucker. What the fuck?
There's J-Watt. Sucker.
We went straight to the West Coast. J-Watt went straight to the West Coast and say, sucker.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on, man. Don't make me Google on your ass, bro. I'll pull
Captain
his
Lou
Google out
Albano is of Italian American descent, and he is originally from upstate New York.
Man, I'll pull his Google out on your ass like a Draco. I thought he was a part of say the tribe. Say the tribe's name. We said it last episode.
Yeah.
You talking about the Samoan tribe?
Yeah.
Nah, he's not part of them. He's of Italian American. He's from New York.
For real?
Google it. I mean, I can't lie about facts.
You know,
that's part of why we here. That's part of what we do here on Mayhem.
The Samoans ain't about to staple no motherfucking rubber bands to their head.
Didn't he manage the boys though?
Now he managed one of the big. If you remember, well, in WCW he went by me, but in WWF he went by Haku.
Yeah.
Now he's an island guy, and Captain Lou managed him. Matter of fact, him and the Barbarian, they were a tag team for a while. Okay, but Captain Lou himself is not of Polynesian descent. He's Italian American. He's from New York.
Oh,
yeah.
So
you telling me, Irk? You telling me this whole time you thought Roseanne was from Hawaii?
Nah, man. He used to manage some Polynesians. Like
he did, right? He did. He did manage them.
So I took it as I thought he was Polynesian.
Right, and it's easy to think that.
You don't know a motherfucking upstate New Yorkian motherfucker that staples goddamn rubber bands to his face. What motherfucker do you know from New York that you know that staples rubber bands to his face?
Well, quick question. What motherfucker you know from the Polynesian islands that staples rubber bands to their face?
Sounds like a goddamn island thing they would do. I don't know. I'm just guessing. You know, I'm born on this goddamn island.
Are y'all done?
Surrounded by water. Let's staple rubber bands to my fucking face.
I like how he thinks people in the islands automatically got office booty. Why the fuck would a dude on an island need a staple in a rubber band, motherfucker? Island papers?
Are y'all done arguing like some old married couple? Y'all?
Yeah.
Roseanne off the goddamn screen.
Indigenous people always need Xerox machines.
Oh my God, y'all got issues, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. This is why we love Monday Night Mayhem, the shit show, and all the other U.H.O.A. Pride podcasts. There is no telling what will be said, how it will be said, and when it will be said. But back to my man, Captain Lou. Check this out. When you talk about a pioneer as a manager, okay, how about this for your resume, as part of your resume? How about being one who has taken 13, count them, 13 different tag teams to the WWF tag team title? How's that for part of your resume?
Hey.
Yes, right. Ladies and gentlemen, I will say it one more time. I will say it one more time. This man right here, Captain Lou Albano, successfully managed 13 different tag teams on the way to the WWF World Tag Team title.
So let me ask you: is there someone with more managerial titles like that?
More homework for me to do. I should have did that for Mayhem. We could have, we talking about Now, I believe as far as tag titles, via manager, I believe he still holds the record. Okay.
Okay.
Didn't necessarily have that same success as far as singles titles, yet and still 13 different tag teams. 13 different tag teams on the way to the WWF title. Another reason I like to pick Captain Lou Albano as far as a trailblazer and managing Mayhem. We discussed the evolution of Mayhem, and one of the sticking points was the television aspect of it, especially from a national perspective. Okay. With Captain Lou Albano being featured in the video Girls Just Want to Have Fun by 80s giant Cyndi Lauper. Okay.
What? He was in that joint?
He plays her father in the video. And the point I'm making is when we discuss the evolution of Mayhem.
Cyndi Lauper.
Man, bruh, all you gotta do is your homework. That's it, J-Walk. This is why you in the dunce corner.
Why would they cast a Samoan as Cyndi Lauper's dad? See, the more he talks, the more your whole idea is fucked.
Hey, fuck you. Let me tell you something, goddammit. Hey, look, first of all, that was my era, son. Sit your monkey ass down, youngin'. That was right. I jumped off the porch when that motherfucking video came out. So let me tell you something. No, I didn't jump off the porch. I was playing in the dirt when that video came out. But I was just about to jump off the goddamn porch. You wasn't even fucking born, son.
All right. Get back to it. So when you talk about that early influence and kind of bridging the gap as far as sports entertainment, with him being in Cyndi Lauper's video, remember, that was a #1 hit. That was a worldwide #1 hit. Everyone knew that song. Everyone knew that video. Everyone remembered that face.
His face. Yeah.
Everyone remembered that face. Okay. Yeah. MTV and the WWF parlayed an early partnership due to the response of not only that song becoming a hit, but Captain Lou's appearance in the video. All right. This was instrumental early on when you're talking about bringing wrestling to the masses, and via MTV, you're now able to pull in a younger, hipper demographic. You feel what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah. And Captain Lou's video appearance is instrumental in that. When we discuss evolution of Mayhem and the TV aspect of it, how did wrestling go from just little regional promotions on Saturday morning to nationally 2 to 3 times a week? Okay. Well, the early days of that started with this guy right here, Captain Lou Albano, really exposing, the WWF, helping the WWF, expose themselves to a bigger audience. Okay. Bridging that gap. We talk about sports entertainment and music. Yeah, Captain Lou Albano, we got to give a shout out to him. Like I said, with a lot of other guys, previous wrestling career early on, grapple with a lot of the legends back in the day, like before our days. So we're talking guys like Vernon Greg Gagne, Nick Bockwinkel, Blackjack Mulligan, Gorilla Monsoon, Bob Backlund. He definitely was a grinder in the ring, being astute as far as a manager. Another guy I feel, just like Bobby Heenan, was a proponent of making sure that the heel had equal value with the company. FaceTime, okay, bigger bookings, all right, title shot opportunities, and equal pay, all right. So we definitely got to pay our respects to the one and only the original Rubber Band Man before T.I., Captain Lou Albano. Let's get it.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild shit, man.
Captain Lou,
how things happen, man. He ends up casted for a fucking a role in a music video. And then, boom, that puts WWF right back in the pocket. That's
right.
Shit, man.
Yeah, they did the whole rock and wrestling promo for a couple of years. There were a couple of WWF events that were actually aired simulcast through MTV. Okay. Both companies realized, hey, especially being young, MTV was kind of young and new. When you talk about the WWE, well, then WWF going nationally, that was still in its infancy. They kind of needed each other. It worked out. Boom. You know, but yeah, Captain Lou, man, definitely had to give him a shout out. 13 different tag teams on the way to the world tag titles, and the early pioneers as far as wrestling going mainstream via MTV. Hey, man, flipping the game as far as pop culture as a whole, Captain Lou. Oh, yeah. And just J-Wall neglected the fact that, you know, with him being a plumber, Captain Lou also being cast as Mario.
Definitely don't remember that. I remember, the guy.
You don't remember it, motherfucker, because you wasn't born.
I remember the dude who played the detective in Who Framed Roger Rabbit playing Mario.
Mario. Listen, that's Bob Hoskins, and that's the live action Super Mario movie.
Yeah, I remember that. And that was dope. Now,
Captain Lou Albano, he did the voice work for the animated version.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Anyway it goes, he was still Mario.
I'm going to look it up just so I can see it, because I like all things Mario. It's my spirit.
You would. You mushroom-eating motherfucker.
Can you guys hear me? Mike check. Mike check. Can you hear me?
Mr. Earth, somebody. Mr. Earth, somebody. Mr. Earth.
You don't remember because you weren't fucking born.
Would you be mad because you're old?
No, I'm proud of the fact that I know that Captain Lou was Mario Brothers.
And I'm proud of the fact to know that he had a comeback with his career on Nickelodeon under the name Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh, wow.
You don't stop disrespecting Captain Lou like that. I bet you could kick your ass.
The level of disrespect.
I mean,
damn.
I'm not gonna just outright say I'm gonna whoop
anybody. Hey, the man staples rubber bands to his fucking face.
Yeah, that's what I just said. I'm not just gonna outright say I'm gonna whoop that dude's ass. That's a ballsy motherfucker. That's one of them dudes who punch and looks at you like, ain't this a bitch?
I mean, he stapled a rubber band to his face. And I don't mean no little bit. It would be those thick, wide industrial strength like rubber bands. So, you remember sometimes he'd have several?
He said industrial strength rubber bands. God,
for real.
Damn.
I mean, there were times where he would have several under like one staple. It'd be like 4 or 5. I'm like, how'd you get all those? That would have to be the biggest staple.
Did he like pull on the rubber bands, let him slap himself in the face and shit with them?
I mean,
rubber bands randomly stapled to his face.
No, like when you see them on there, they're already on.
Yeah, but what
you see what I'm saying?
Would he like pull him and shit, let him slap him and all that? Like,
no, he would just wear them.
Was it?
It's like every weekend, staple this little fucking roses.
Yeah. I mean, this motherfucker had a rainbow of rubber bands, like real time.
But what you're saying is they were just hanging off his face or whatever.
Right here, usually right off the right cheek, if I remember correctly. It's right cheek.
Confused as fuck. He's trying to understand why. He's like, I still don't understand why.
What I'm saying is, I thought maybe the rubber band is like, it's like a show with him, maybe like a slingshot type joint or something. But
that was just his thing.
Like,
that was his thing.
Like, if you're gonna staple shit to your face, like how'd you come up with rubber band? That's all I'm saying. You know, like you could.
Hey, let's think about it. Okay, let's think about this. Let's think about it.
You can staple a paper plate to your face.
I think Dave was on to something. Okay, so we're going with comfortability. Okay, we're going for a lightweight. We're going for lightweight. We're going for flexibility. You know, because he's gonna be fucking around in the ring every once in a while. Maybe he'll get slapped every once in a while.
Right.
You know, I don't think he could put I don't know. What could we put in place
Okay,
of the
here's
rubber
another
band?
question. Anytime he's been in the ring and had to do a little theatrics, maybe he's getting beat up or something like that, has anybody ever pulled a rubber band and slapped this motherfucker with it?
I'm pretty sure,
I'm
yeah.
sure.
I
I'm
didn't
yeah.
sure.
that would
I
be
can't remember, but I'm
like,
very sure. I'm very
you
sure of it. Matter of fact,
know what I'm saying?
I'm
Like,
going.
what if a dude that had rubber bands stapled to his face came up talking shit to you? You know what you do? You'd be like this. You'd be like this right here. What? Fuck you, motherfucker. Every
I hate
time.
you. I hate you. Hey, guess what? Every Captain Lou Albino fan is gonna be on your fucking Instagram tomorrow. You done fucked up, son.
I
Hey,
did.
we bet.
Hopefully, people in my age bracket are watching because they'll also be like, "Fuck Rosie O'Donnell doing staple shit to her."
Stop calling that man Rosie O'Donnell.
He is stuck on that Rosie O'Donnell shit.
I'm about to make a T-shirt with him on one side, her on the other, and it's just gonna be me like.
Oh my god! Stop, dude.
Stop, bro. We got time for one more, Mr. Irk. Somebody, we got time for one more.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Let's go out with a bang, baby.
All right, I'm gonna do someone that you absolutely know.
I hope this is what I think it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally do.
See, now you fucking with me. See, I hate when you do that. Okay?
I know, right?
Okay, so I'm gonna say, okay, do you want this one or do you want this one? Do you want this one or do you want this?
You gotta give me Jim Cornette. Give me Jim Cornette. We got to get into Jim Cornette. Oh my God. I feel I have so much history with him personally.
Do tell.
Well, a lot of it has to do with from the fact that he is from Louisville, Kentucky. And we talk about Jim Cornette. I am from Louisville, Kentucky. I've expressed before the various and numerous contributions this city has made to the great industry that we know as professional wrestling, aka Mayhem. So from that alone, this is almost a little too easy to personalize my thoughts and feelings on Jim Cornette. But I'm gonna try to keep it as professional as possible. All right, I'm trying to keep it a little unbiased, if you will, all right, as much as I can. Just like Jimmy Hart, the Mouth of the South, Jim Cornette first made his splash. He first made his impact here in the Mid-South region, the Mid-South wrestling promotion. That included the USWA, a la Louisville, Kentucky, that Louisville-Memphis connection. Reminding you guys, people like Jerry the King Lawler, the Fabulous Ones, Austin Idol, some of those early pioneers. I come to find out he actually got started as a photographer for one of the old Northeast independent circuits before coming back to here to this area and working the Mid-South Memphis region. I know his biggest splash was definitely the NWA, WCW days, managing so many different tag teams, Midnight Express, tag team that he featured, a duration of his career, numerous world tag team title reigns, a la Jim Cornette and the Midnight Express, signing with Jim Crockett Promotions. Big Irk has mentioned several times how he was a fan of Jim Crockett Promotions when you talk about that NWA / what will become WCW banner.
Hell
yeah.
Back in the day when you only had 3 channels.
Right. See, these kids, they don't know about that. Wasn't no DVR, wasn't no TiVo, wasn't no Hulu then. 3 channels. Okay, especially if you wanted to watch professional wrestling and deal with the mayhem. But Jim Cornette, a definite fixture. And even though he was from Louisville, Kentucky, I like to call him the country club redneck. I gave him that moniker personally once he started displaying the tennis racket, and you still hearing that Southern accent. Now, he could articulate himself. He definitely wasn't no bumpkin per se. All right. Very astute mentally. We talk about knowing the ins and outs of professional wrestling. He held on to an old school set of values and qualities. He wasn't a fan of promotions like ECW. He felt that ECW was trash wrestling, which that's his opinion. He's more than welcome to it, even though others may differ. My personal career highlight as far as Jim Cornette, Big Irk, I'm pretty sure you remember this. Starrcade 86, because it involves your favorite tag team, the Road Warriors, and they had been in a serious feud with the Midnight Express for those World Tag Team titles. And the culmination of that, Starrcade 86, the night Jim Cornette, the scaffold match. You know what I'm talking about.
Starrcade 86.
Come on, Irk. Give me your thoughts and memories on that Jim Cornette career highlight. Come on, bro. Let the good people go.
Jim Cornette was he was for real. He was a cocky motherfucker.
Right.
Arrogant and if there was like a picture beside the definition of arrogance, it would be him.
Right.
Because he was just an arrogant, pompous. Pompous is another attribute.
That's a very good answer to describe Jim Cornette.
Very pompous, and he was. I didn't know he was a country boy because he always seemed to me like a goddamn. He always seemed to me like a goddamn valley kid. You know what I'm saying? The way he presented himself, especially in his younger years.
Yeah, that rich boy persona that he sold as far as his character, dead on, man. But yeah, he's originally from Louisville, Kentucky, 502 boy to the heart. But Starrcade 86 scaffold match, Road Warriors, Midnight Express, Jim Cornette falling from the scaffold 20 plus feet to the floor, nearly snapping his leg in half. That's gonna always be my favorite all-time Jim Cornette moment. I had never seen nothing like that before. This was still pay-per-view, very, very in its infancy as a whole, as the kids would say, as a sports app. Right? Did I say it right, Irk? Pay-per-view is an app.
Actually,
we would consider pay-per-view as an app, right?
It's a broadcast.
And
it's a broadcast platform. You know what I'm saying? Paid platform. So my thing is, if in '86, like that, I mean, Jesus Christ, pay-per-view is fairly like new.
Yeah, I think we discussed this on the Evolution. Also, only boxing was getting pay-per-view at this point.
Absolutely.
Before wrestling latched on. And my recollection is correct. I believe Starrcade 86 was the actual first wrestling pay-per-view I watched. 86 is a big year for me. I was 14. My parents had moved from the west end of Louisville to the Heights Point area. I had already been back and forth between here and New York. So that was a big transition. So 86 a major year for me. And Starrcade 86 was the first wrestling pay-per-view ever ordered. And that match with the Road Warriors at Midnight Express, I was a fan of both tag teams. To see them go at it, that feud, they had a good portion of that year, and to see how that was gonna wrap up, culminate with this scaffold match, was visually, I mean, at that point, wrestling wise, that was the scariest thing I ever seen. I had walked past enough construction scaffolds in my young life to appreciate the added danger. Okay, with the verticality of the scaffold match, along with the physical dangers inside the ring.
Who the hell you telling?
Right. Speak on that.
I got to operate a concrete chainsaw on top of them scaffolds sometimes.
Right. Speak on it, bro. Let them know. Give the people a sense of. Try to paint the picture of the scaffold.
It is always and forever will be an unsettling feeling. You will never, ever. There's never a comfortable moment on a scaffold. You will probably find some comfort on a 5-foot scaffold. But if that motherfucker ain't rightly balanced, and you come off that motherfucker the wrong way,
Right.
it's gonna hurt.
Okay.
So imagine a 20-foot scaffold, and folks, I have been on 20-foot scaffolds, and that is no fucking fun. So imagine having to fight on a goddamn 20-foot scaffold. First of all, I wanna meet the crazy motherfucker that got the idea to put these motherfuckers on the scaffold and have them fucking catch a fade. Like what the fuck? Like who? Oh, here you go. Like the screen.
Oh, there it is.
Damn you!
This makes a whole new
Let it rain.
Hey, this makes a whole
Let it rain.
This motherfucker right here, boy. I tell you what. Oh my god. Let me
He
say
said it might
something.
sound strange,
Let
but
me
I
say
wish it
something.
would rain.
It's not intentional, folks. We don't call this man ahead of time and
You
ask
see,
him to
this is
do
what
this shit.
happens when you run a show with people who like to make fun of how young you are. You get these geriatric bladders on the show.
Yeah. Geriatric bladders and no tact. No tact at all. Like this motherfucker, he like, you know what?
I bet
It,
if you could see the bottom half, this motherfucker's in his drawers.
this motherfucker like, so what if I drop the phone and you see half of my dick? So what? So what? In good context.
My dick.
This is how you live stream.
This motherfucker
You
right
said you
here,
wanted to
boy.
see some mayhem. Huh? Look at it.
Okay, we done? We done?
For you.
Okay, we back? Okay, there go our host. Without his
That's how
dick
you.
in his head.
Hey, that's how you live stream for real. That's a whole new spin on live streaming. There it is. But for real, I don't know who developed the match. I don't know the story behind that written. What I do know about that match particularly, that is fact. I don't know if you guys remember, his name was Big Bubba Rogers. He was a mid-card guy. He was under the Cornette banner for a while, in and out of WCW. The plan was for the match, once the match left the ring and they started ascending the scaffold, the plan was for him to climb the scaffold, okay, and then to hang from the bottom of it to release, and then this guy was supposed to catch him. The problem is, it was dark, and this dumb motherfucker wore shades inside a dark arena and was a whole 5 feet away from the spot that Cornette was supposed to land at, where he was supposed to catch him. That's how he ended up dropping all the way to the arena floor and nearly snapping his fucking leg. So everything was actually planned and wrongly executed when it came to Cornette and his fall. But that is still one of my all-time favorite, not just Jim Cornette, but just professional wrestling moments ever, man. He spoke on that, and he said that he, as much pain as he was in, when you talk about selling that match and doing it for the business, he had no regrets about that decision, which I found ironic. You know what I'm saying? I know he had several WWE stints in and out. He managed Big Van Vader, British Bulldog, Owen Hart. Eventually left the industry for a while, came back, helped out with the TNA promotion from like 06 to 09. After that, he left that promotion, focused on his individual career, left managing. He focused on bookmaking, working for WWE still, helping develop talent. He's I found out he's went on to write a couple of books. He's got a really dope wrestling podcast he does. I've actually talked to several people, and they've given me kudos on it. So his podcast, you might want to check out at some time or another. But Jim Cornette, Louisville legend, man. You know, Louisville product, homegrown. Okay, the Country Club redneck. Big mouth with the tennis racket. Mouth making all kind of racket. And hey, I love Jim Cornette. I do. I love him. He is definitely one of my all-time favorite managers. Yeah, it's a little close to home because he's from here. I've seen his ascension in the early days, working these promotions. He's eventually breaking big between WCW and WWF. A slew of guys under his roster with too many accolades to count and list. Y'all know what it is. Jim Cornette, another heralded member of managing Mayhem. For real, y'all. Straight up. We love doing this show. We love that y'all tune in. We love the comments y'all may leave, whether live or checking out that replay, not just of Monday Night Mayhem, checking out the live stream or any replays of the shit show.
Yeah.
Okay. Truck stop stories. All that.
J-Wow.
Yeah.
Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Go to your messenger.
I can't stand y'all. I can't stand y'all.
Yo. Hey, Apocalypse. Yo. Oh my God, dude. This shit is. I got me crying, yo.
Live stream.
Oh,
the new live stream.
Hold on.
Real talk.
Hold on. I gotta show you this. This motherfucker got me crying, bro. Yo.
What?
Oh man.
Why is that a thing?
You see it yet?
Holy shit. I can't hear nobody.
Yo.
Oh my God. J-Y, did you see it yet? Oh my God. That is fucking stupid.
Look like somebody left a comment, yo.
Yo. Oh, shit. Oh, dude, so A-Trey, Adrian Richardson, make of the Peacock collection. Matter of fact, let me tell you something. Oh, yeah, we're going to do this real quick. He got me, he fucked me up. Peacock collection. Now, I already bought these pair right here. Those are the pair I had yesterday. I showed you on the show. I got my pair.
Y'all check those joints out.
I'm never gonna
check
wear
those
them.
joints out.
I'm never gonna wear them. Never gonna wear them. But yo, this motherfucker sent me a video. I'm gonna test this mother. You see the joint?
The fuck?
What the fuck, dude?
Do you have that video on here?
Hey, Trey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yo, got me crying, yo. Got me fucking crying, man. Yo,
do you have that on here?
Stupid.
Yeah. Do you got it?
Can we run that?
I'm gonna send it to you right now. But you can't watch it until you're done with your fucking show. But that shit is fucking stupid. I can't believe that. That shit is fucking stupid.
We got a comment. Yo, real
crying, dude.
Real quick, y'all. We got a comment. This is Katie May, 1976, pointing out Jim Cornette and his podcasting. So shout out to Katie, 1976. We're looking on that little tidbit. So obviously you viewing us, we appreciate it. But yeah, man, Jim Cornette, one of my all-time favorites. Always has been, always will be. It's too many memories to even count, man. Real talk. Especially with the work he did in this region. Crazy, yeah, that's what it is, bro. So in the meantime, in between time, we're gonna wrap this one up for tonight. We ran a little over. We was gonna do an hour and a half.
We can't do this one.
We can't. No, we got one more.
No,
we can do one more. No, we can do one more. It's all good.
I make it quick though.
Okay, we make it quick. You should be used to making it quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, what the fuck does that mean? What the fuck? Hold on. I just talked it. I was late to the party. What the fuck's going on?
Hey, for real, Irk, I mean, you just left yourself too wide open on that one, bro. It's like, man, I had to take help. I had to. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm not sorry. But, you know, one last one, though, real quick. For real, y'all. What you got for us?
You don't see it?
I don't.
You don't see
there he is. There he is. And I hope I don't offend, especially in light of recent events, man. I hope I don't offend anyone of Asian descent. I have no problem saying that was my little nickname for him, the Orient Express. Mr. Fuji. Mr. Fuji. Another classic heel manager who kept a stable of heels. One who I felt led the charge in the early days against the establishment. When we talk about Vince McMahon and the WWF.
Now he's Polynesian. Now,
yeah,
he's Polynesian.
Yeah. Yes, he's of Polynesian descent, which I always felt it was weird. They still build him as a Japanese guy.
Well, he was way more Polynesian than motherfucking Rosie.
Yeah. I wish we had an Asian Roseanne that we could fucking name.
Yeah. Y'all two motherfuckers, bro. I swear.
You know who he reminds me of, though? He reminds me of Odd Job from 007.
You know what?
Every time I used to see him, he reminded me of that motherfucker.
He does, dude. And you know what? Hey, did they purposely do that?
I always felt, and me and my dad used to talk about this. I watched all the Sean Connery, because those were the best bonds, okay, with my pops. And we always talked about Mr. Fuji's look. And we always felt that it was a coincidence that his whole costume design was Odd Job. Like,
yeah, you ever seen the first Manchurian Candidate too? Have you ever seen the first Manchurian?
Yeah, the original, Frank Sinatra, 1962.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What was his name? Dr. Wayne, Dr. Sing Lo, Wayne Lo?
Dr. I don't know. Dong Hung Lo? I don't know. But anyway.
Asshole. Asshole. Fuck you.
We about to get banned like a motherfucker.
Fuck them if they can't take a joke.
Now he's gonna ban this. It's like fuck this algorithm. He's gonna just ban the shit out of this fucker. But Mr. Fuji, man. Like I said, I just like Bobby Heenan, I felt he was a proponent of when you talk about pushing the heel a little bit more, making sure the heel has that equal screen time, equal top billing, equal top pay. Okay. A lot of people may not be aware, but definitely back in the day, there was a pay disparity based on your face heel character. Vince McMahon was really good at manipulating the physics in that aspect. So when I think about Mr. Fuji and then like we talked about earlier, Bobby the Brain Heenan, I feel he was a manager who helped make it profitable You know, we just talk about the bank account, making it profitable to be a good heel and a top heel. You can't sell your top hero, you know, without a top heel. Okay, and Mr. Fuji, I feel, was one of the pioneers of that. That sly grin of his. I mean, look at that shot. Does it look like a guy you can really trust?
Right.
I mean, yeah, he's dapper and he's pristine and he's mannerable, and it's such a facade. Okay, to the level of deviousness this man was capable of.
Yo, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
It's Dr. Yin Lo.
Dr. Yin Lo. You sure it wasn't Dong Hung Lo? Like,
no, asshole.
Okay.
It wasn't. It's Dr. Yin Lo. It was the it's the one that did the it's the one that did the MK Ultra. It's the one that did the MK Ultra mind control shit in the Manchurian Candidate.
Now we're still talking about the original Manchurian, 62 Frank Sinatra, right?
Yeah. So
not that shitty Denzel remake.
Exactly, Yin Lo.
Okay. Well, why do I keep saying Dong Hung Lo? Who am I thinking of?
Me?
No.
Yeah, see how you feel for that?
It must be like it must be some Asian porn star or something.
Right into that.
You can't be a black.
If you go back to the Dong Hung Lo joke one more time, I'm gonna think your favorite thing to eat is cream of some young guy.
See, I'm simply saying, if your name's Dong Hung Lo, chances are you're not black. You're of Asian descent. Okay, like I don't make the rules in life, man. I just don't. I just try to go by them. I mean, I don't do a very good job of it, but you know, whatever. But
this motherfucking crazy. Man.
This shit is completely off the fucking rails.
Okay.
So you also didn't. You didn't mention the fact. Did you mention the fact that he also managed the fucking fake ass Road Warriors?
Yes, the fake ass Road Warriors, Axe, Smash, and Crush, aka Demolition. Those fucking losers. You know what I'm saying?
How does such an obvious fucking hijack even like? Who the fuck was like? Who greenlights that? You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, you look exactly like them other motherfuckers. I think it'll work. Like, what the fuck? Who thought that was a good idea?
Let's try to stay away from making it obvious. Yeah. Let's add more spikes.
Yeah,
it's like, and honestly, every now and then I'll scroll through motherfucking web or fucking Instagram or something, and I'll see a picture of them and think it is the motherfucking Legion of Doom for a second. And then I'm like, oh shit, it's these motherfuckers. It's the Milli Vanilli.
The Milli Vanilli of tag team. Holy shit. Yeah. Fuck you, Axe, Crush, and Smash, and Demolition. Fuck y'all.
How in the fuck do you ever get them confused?
I'm talking about just in a random scroll. Like, I ain't looking at it. You know what I'm saying? I just scroll through them like, oh, shit. And I go back and I'm like, oh, these motherfuckers.
Yeah, J-Wall, J-Wall, you talking about, Earth's favorite tag team now, Road Warrior. You know how he feels about that now. He gets a little emotional.
I feel like I'm giving them, like, respect. Like, who are these perpetrating motherfuckers? And who thought that was a good idea to, like, make them look exactly the same?
No, you're right. Hey, matter of fact, AP, do you know who green-lighted that? It had to be
It wasn't nobody. It wasn't nobody but Rinse Flam Flam.
It had to be a very uncreative motherfucker.
Rinse Flam. Yes. Because he gets the final say in everything. So once he signs off on it, it's that's it. We got Katie. Look, we got Katie 1976. She chimed in again. Thank you, Katie, for the reminder. Mr. Fuji, I thought we talk about managers cheating or doing whatever to do to get the wrestler a win. I thought he had like the dopest gimmick ever when he would throw salt in the face. You remember that, Herb?
All right. Okay, so hold on. So now we talking some shit. Now we about to step into my world. Hold on.
Oh, hell.
Do any of you motherfuckers remember Great Muda?
Yes.
No.
And the paint spray from the mouth to the
He
face.
used to spit the green fucking
The green mist. The green
green
mist,
mist
baby.
in people's eyes and shit.
Right.
He used to do the high flying wild ass fucking kicks and shit. He used
Yeah.
to. I think he was. I don't think he was the first to do it, but he was the one. He made it creative. He used to come
Right.
out. He used to come out of the crowd and jump in the ring, fuck you up, and jump back into the crowd and leave on your dart out on your ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mr. Fuji was his manager, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember that shit. I remember Great Muda and Macho Man Randy Savage had a feud back in the day, and they always fought.
Yeah. But yeah, Katie 1976 chimed in again, reminding us Mr. Fuji's cheating tactic. I always thought it was classic. The salt to the face. Really quick.
Hey, Apocalypse, real quick.
Yo.
I give you a little secret.
Yeah, I like secrets.
Well, it won't be a secret no more if I tell you.
Oh, damn. Tell me.
Miss 1976. Miss, what you say, motherfucker? What you say? You slick, quick motherfucker.
Like, it won't be a secret if I tell you.
Yeah, it won't be a secret if I tell you. There's a chicken snap. 1976. I like Allah. I like Allah.
Okay.
That's a movie reference. I like her a lot.
Oh, that's it's right there. Oh my God, please tell me I'm this so stupid. It's right there. What is it? What's the movie? What's the movie? What's the movie, bro? You gotta tell me the movie. I can't think right now.
I like her a lot.
I like her. I like her a lot. I mean, I know that line. What movie is that from, bro? You killing me.
Never mind. Hey, I see you, Katie.
All right, Katie. We appreciate you chiming in. Thanks for the reminder of the salt in the eyes. And speaking of eyes, it looks like Mr. Irk somebody may possibly have his on you. Katie, 1976. What's up? See what's good, mommy. But yeah, let's get back to it real quick before we sign off. Mr. Fuji, man, master manipulator, had a really great presence as far as the ring, cold and meticulous, and to do it under that devilish smile, man, it always amazed me. You know, to be so dapper and pristine, and yet his physical appearance was a stark contrast to the maniacal genius he possessed, and another contributor of managing Mayhem. Mr. Fuji, we love you and appreciate you, and definitely thank you for all your years of entertaining us and flat out getting on our fucking nerve. That's what it's about, y'all. Great managers of Mayhem. These are the ones. Now, there's plenty more to mention, but these, like I said, this is not a list. This is more of just an open forum discussion. Just people we personally handpicked. Okay.
Yeah. This is another one we're gonna have to revisit. I guarantee you, this one's gonna stay up.
Yeah,
because
definitely. Yeah, go ahead.
This one will definitely stay up within the YouTube engine because we did not use any hopefully infringing videos. Hopefully, my humming over the one video helped, and hopefully. But if it did, this was a fucking successful Mayhem. This was a damn good Mayhem. And
another great venture.
Yeah, the rebroadcast value of this is a lot. Yeah. So I greatly appreciate you, Apocalypse, for putting your time and effort in and everything you do for this show. You just add more value to what we're doing and what our brand and what we're trying to build. And building it from the ground up looks so good because once we're setting at the top,
That, that's what's really good. Big Earth.
we actually know what we started from. So
right, Big Earth. You know, I appreciate the love. I appreciate the opportunity. Jay Wall, any last thoughts or feelings you want to chime in before we call it the night?
Yeah, real quick. I think this was another home run, and I feel confident we'll be able to keep it up. As far as keep it up, I mean on YouTube, because these motherfuckers love to cut a motherfucker at the nets every now and then. But outside of that, I spoke to the sergeant at arms of the U.H.O.A. today. U.H.O.A. Derek Carpenter, as I call him, the War Eagle.
Okay.
And he told me, El Presidente, I think you need to get back to the essence. So I'm going to go ahead and say it now. This coming Sunday, we're doing a shit show, and we're giving it to the contractors. It's all going to be on the job site, videos, we talking, and I'm pretty sure we're going to get some of the real live brethren of the U.H.O.A. are going to be in attendance of this show. So I'm putting it on
really good.
Right now. We getting back to the essence.
That's what's really good, Jay Wall. Y'all heard the man. Y'all heard El Presidente. You motherfuckers better tune in this upcoming Sunday. Did I get that right, Jay Wall? This Sunday?
Sure. Every Sunday. You can see
every Sunday. What's the time again? Hit them with it.
8:30.
Y'all motherfuckers better set y'all watches for 8:30 sharp Sunday night. Jay Wall, the shit show. Another U.H.O. podcast brought to you courtesy of the U.H.O. Network, hosted by El Presidente. And you know what? Starting to become, you know what I'm saying, a really good friend. Really appreciative. Y'all know El Presidente, a.k.a. Jay Wall. He's going to be bringing all the ruckus, you know what I'm saying, all that ruckus on the shit show. Contractors edition is what he has declared.
Yes,
it's going down. It's going down Sunday night, 8:30. You fuckers ain't got shit else to do but to watch another stupid ass episode of Real Live Shit Fuck. So have some balls and tune into Jay Wall, El Presidente, and the shit show, courtesy of the U.H.O. channel via YouTube. We're gonna be hitting up the gram soon. Okay. Check us out on Facebook through the group. U.H.O. podcasts are available for YouTube. Catch us live. Catch us on the rebroadcast. Once again, it's your man Chris, a.k.A. Apocalypse, trying to help y'all understand how to manage mayhem. So in the meantime, in between time, count down those 13 days until your man Chris, a.k.A. Apocalypse, and hopefully the rest of the U.H.O. crew will converge for another hellified edition of Managing Mayhem. Start counting down, fuckers. 13 days to the next one, all right? Every other Monday, 8:30 or 9 o'clock, depending on prior commitments. As far as when we go on, we like to run an hour and a half to 2 hours at least. We ran a little over tonight, and who gives a fuck? Great conversation, great show. Shout out to Katie 1976 for chiming in. Anybody else who want to chime in, leave your thoughts, comments, pictures, posts. We don't give a fuck. All right. So in the meantime, between time, I got to shout out El Presidente Jay Wall.
Yeah, man.
And the Vice Presidente, Big Irk, Mr. Irk somebody. Okay. A big part of why we getting things done in a major way, courtesy of the U.H.O. Network, courtesy of the U.H.O. Facebook group. Your man Chris, a.k.a. Apocalypse, is signing off. In the meantime, in between time, thank you, everybody. We appreciate the love, the support, and it's time to dip set. I got to watch my Lakers get a little hoop on. All right, everybody. Appreciate it. Spread the love. We are out. One.
U.H.O.
Presidente! Woo! My God. Let's go. Yeah. United Hard Hats of America. If you a real man, motherfucker, stand up. Grace your cup, grab your nuts, that's your character. Hard hats around here is all we wearing, bro. That's your call, big, call me J-Wall. You can tear it up and I don't give a fuck, bro. We gon' man up, and if they ask who did it, we gon' stand up. Any motherfucker got a problem, put your hands up. Woo! You got something to say? Hit the app today. We greatly appreciate all the comments and the calls, so please be safe. Greet the show right, y'all. Hey, what we say now? You own.